Okay, here's some quick notes on setting failsafe on the Taranis. Now, of course, failsafe is what controls what your receiver will do if, for some reason, it loses a contact. You know, your transmitter might run out of battery, or you might get too far away. And take a careful note. This is for the X series. The older series we'll talk about in a minute, like the D series. But for now, the X series is very conveniently set by the radio. So let's go in to the model and go to the first editing page. And we're going to scan down just below the binding settings. And here you can see there's a couple of options. You can set it to hold. This is almost always wrong. That's just going to hold the position that the receiver was in when you lost communication. You can set it to no pulses. Sometimes this is good for an autopilot. You might have an autopilot that's configured to invoke failsafe when it stops receiving pulses from the receiver, in which case that's a good solution. Set that and you'll be done. But in general, we want to do custom. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set what the servo settings are going to be. Now, a typical case in an airplane might be to cut the throttle and give it a little bit of left turn. You know, maybe you'll get lucky and it'll come back to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to channel 3, the throttle, and we're going to move that. We're going to move that all the way down and set that with a long enter. You'll hear the beep. If you do a short enter, it'll be confusing because you'll think you'll have set it, but it will just have gone away. Then we're going to come down to the rudder, and we're just going to give it a bit of, let's give it a little bit of right turn here. And then you'll see I did a short enter, and it did the wrong thing. It reverted back to what it was. There we go. And then in addition, we're going to set, you might have an autopilot that has some switch controls, and you might set that so that your autopilot will do something sensible. If you're in an airplane, you might do a return to home. If you're in a quadcopter, you might do a land or something like that. So we're going to set that so that this switches down. And then let's take a look and see what happens. We're coming along and we're flying. We're in some kind of position or something like that. And we're going to power off. And as soon as, maybe within a second or so, the servo positions have been set according to failsafe. When you power back on,
welcome to Taranis.
You'll get control back as soon as you bind. Cut off the power. It goes. Cut on the power.
Welcome to Taranis.
And you're good to go. Now I'm gonna put a link below this video that shows how to set this for the old D-style receivers. Basically, you move the sticks into position and you push the failsafe button. But if you've got an X series and a Taranis, you can set it all on the menu. And the neat thing is you can go and you can see what the failsafe settings are, and you confirm they're right. Now it's really important before you go out and fly. So, sit down and try this out. Get yourself to the spot where you're comfortable with turning things off and on, and it doesn't hurt to actually go out and have a test flight. Just switch it off and see what it's going to do. Especially if you've got a multicopter and you're planning on that, setting it down or returning to home. Do that while you have a chance to take some corrective action, such as turning the radio back on. Anyways, that's it. One of the really nice features of the FrSky is their bind is so fast, and the failsafe invocation is so fast. So be sure and set that, and you'll be happy you did.